Hey guys, welcome back to Girl Talk with Sanai
And Ramiyah.
and today we're going to be going over a few topics that we've picked out.
So this is our first episode of the podcast, and we started this because we have a lot of things on our mind, and we would like to just put them out there, talk about it. So for our first question or topic, we have soft life versus hustle culture. Is balance possible? So the first question I want to ask is, what does a soft life mean to you, and how do you define hustle culture?
Soft life, for me, I would say you go first.
Okay, so for soft life, me personally, when I hear soft life, I think of, especially like in womanhood, I feel like soft life is defined as when women could just be comfortable in their skin, like just be feminine, or however you present yourself, um, just doing things that you like to do without having to really conform to anyone or anybody. And hustle culture to me is like, okay, I have to succeed. I have to get this done. I got to open up a business. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to make money. It's just a mindset that's so like rushed to me. So that's how I define hustle culture.
Soft life, just relishing in being a woman, not having to take on roles of men. You know, hustle culture. I feel like, especially as Black people, we always feel the need to hustle and get things done, and
That's real.
having to give like 200% and all that. So I would define it as that.
Also, I really like what you just said because in the Black community, just because of the things that we've been through, it's always like we always have to put an extra 100%
Yeah.
to be equal to others who have opportunities that we
Yeah.
don't get. So it's like we always have to overperform to just be in those spots. So the second question I have is, have you ever felt guilty for resting or prioritizing self-care?
Yeah, I would say all the time. Like as a college student, especially first generation, I feel the need to like do everything on point, get everything done. I can't rest because I feel like so much pressure on me. So there are times where I'm just like resting and I'm in bed and I have things that I need to get done, but I'm like, I'm not there mentally, And I do feel really guilty all the time. Yeah.
Okay, because I get what you're saying. So it'll be a million things going on in my head. Like, okay, I need to do this assignment. I need to study for this. I need to clean up.
Yeah.
I need to start a business. I need to like grow my knowledge, because it's like everything is circling around in my head, and then it's like I end up doing none of it.
Yeah.
Because it's just the stress of knowing that I have so much to do, and it kind of scares me because it's like, okay, I'm underperforming, and I see others doing exactly what they said they want to do.
Exactly.
So it's just like, dang, like where am I going wrong? I'm always thinking about it, but I don't actually do it. It's like when a dog, it's like, when girls like get rowdy, it's like you all bark no bite. That's how I feel. That's how I feel when I
That's so
think
real.
about all of this stuff. So
Yeah.
I really get what you mean. Like, do you have a specific example when it comes to that?
There's a lot of girls at our school that have side hustles, nails, lashes, makeup, hair, and I work like a regular part-time job and I don't make a lot from it. So I do feel like pressure, like have to find my like niche and like get things done and do a side hustle. And I think about that a lot, but I'm like, I don't know if I can do that because like I'm not really good at like one thing, And also it's like, how can I balance that with my academics? And I think about it a lot because I'm like, I feel as though I'm not doing enough for myself or to be there financially as a college student.
Okay. I get that. So I feel like for me, I'm the complete opposite. So I see the side hustle culture and I'm like, okay, I want a side hustle. But I feel like I'm in so many places. Like I do hair, I do jewelry, I grow herbs, I do this, I do that. And it's like I'm not particularly great at one thing, but I'm good at a lot of things. And a piece of advice that I have for that is really like, if you see someone doing something that you like to do, right? And you're like, dang, they're so ahead of me.
Yeah.
Just know that they are prioritizing one thing. Of course, you're going to be better at something if you're prioritizing one thing rather than doing this, and that. You are spread thin. You're going everywhere at once. But this person is prioritizing that one thing. So just understand that you are working at your own pace. I feel like that's a good takeaway when you think about, feeling down because you don't feel like you're doing enough. Just know that you have to go at your own pace and find out what you particularly like center in your life. So, do you personally lean more towards a soft life or hustle culture, and why?
As of now, hustle culture.
Okay.
I feel like I don't have time to be in like my soft girl era. Like I have things I have to do, I'm in college, I'm doing a lot, all these academics. I don't think I can't just rest and I have to hustle.
Right.
I have no choice.
Okay.
What about you?
I feel the same. I'm definitely in hustle culture right now. It's back and forth. I literally have time for nothing. But Howard had a mental health day this past Friday.
Yeah.
And I literally just called off work and I went and just chilled. And I felt like I was in my soft girl era. Like I was just doing what I wanted to do, bought what I wanted to buy. Like, oh my goodness. You ever go into a store and like you just having a good day, you just buy, and then you get home and then you check your bank account and it's like, girl, why would you do this?
Kind of regretting it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's how I was feeling. But I was like, okay, low key, I needed this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you feel like you deserved it, right?
Exactly, yeah. So it's like, it's a balance. You have to balance, or at least take one day out of the week to kind of live your soft girl lifestyle. Because I feel like that's why so many women are so just drained today, because they don't take that time, or they don't have time to, just take and relax and prioritize themselves.
Yeah, I agree.
So my first question is, do you think making friends in your 20s is harder than we were younger? Why or why not? So I can take this question first. Let's just put it out there that I just turned 20, okay? I'm kind of getting used to being 20 because it's so grown. Like I never thought I would get to this point. It's like, dang, mom, I'm actually grown. I definitely feel like it's harder to make friends in my 20s, because like when I was younger, it's like, okay, you're my friend. Okay, let's
off the
go.
bat. It's just like, let's be friends.
We're friends. So now when you get older, it's more things to look out for. Like as a kid, you really didn't know about animosity or
very innocent.
Yeah. Like even with gossip, if it was gossip, you guys were kind of just like play or rough it out, and then just go about y'all day, y'all friends again. Yeah. But now these days, it's just when you become friends with someone, it's a lot of load that you have to take on. Not only your problems, but you have to take on your friends' problems and learn more about them in the process. So I definitely feel like it's very hard being friends in your 20s, especially because in your 20s, your life is just starting. So everyone's trying to figure out what the heck is going on. And it's just like you're here trying to be friends when everyone has different career paths. So it's kind of hard to hold on to those friendships very tightly. But I definitely want to go for it and make friends, because I can be a social butterfly on my own. And it's kind of just hard for me to be like, okay, this is my friend. I'm not going to lie, y'all. Yeah. When it comes to like making plans, like, hey, let's go this way.
No,
I'll be
I don't like it at all.
Okay, see? Because I'd be like, oh, girl, yes, let's go. But then when it gets to that day, it's like,
no. Right.
Can we reschedule?
Exactly.
Like, I don't be feeling like coming out the house and I don't know. It's a me problem. I feel like I shouldn't feel like that. Yeah. But also, I know how I feel. And if I go somewhere and it's like I'm having a bad attitude, it's like I should have went with my gut and just stayed, because I know me personally.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm very selective when it comes to people. And for me, a big thing is like energy. Off the bat, if like I'm not comfortable, I'm very like shy, or like, I'm not really speaking a lot, that's how I know like we might not get along. Right. There's a couple people where it's like I'm a shy person, person naturally. But some people, I come out my shell, and that's how I know I'm like really comfortable. I'm like, okay, you seem like a really cool person. Like your energy is good, you know. But definitely has to be more selective, because you have to realize like these people that you're potentially going to be friends with, you might be friends with for a while,
Right.
and you have to think like, how do they align with my lifestyle, my values, my boundaries? You know, there's a lot to take in.
Right.
As a kid, you're not really thinking about that. You're innocent kids, just like, you know, we like this color, we're friends. You don't really think about
That's
that.
actually so real.
Yeah, exactly.
That was such a weird time, like being friends just because. And I feel like it should become more simple, just like that again. Because
I know, right?
At this point, it's getting very. I don't know. It's like you have to fill out a whole application to be friends with somebody.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous of those who can just walk up and be like, "Oh, hey, let's do this. You know, let's be friends," and then they just have so many friends, but not even that they have so many. It's just that they're able to maintain those friends.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's so hard for me.
Yeah,
And
I can't do it
it's
either.
something that I want to work on. So speaking of that, how do you know when a friendship is naturally fading versus when it needs to be addressed?
That's a good question. I think when you see little things and you realize, like, I don't know. For me, like, I put it into perspective.
Okay.
Like, if my friend is doing something that maybe I don't like, you know, it's like, I don't know, would I do that, you know? And if it's like, no, I wouldn't do that, then it's like, you know, maybe that person like shouldn't be my friend. Because, you know, like I said earlier, you have certain values, certain morals and boundaries. And if they're doing something that you as a person would never do or don't agree with, I don't think, you know, that's a good friend to have.
Okay. I get that. For me, I kind of have an example of this. So freshman year coming in, I had a friend, and it was like not a very close friend. We would just say like hi and bye, see each other, update, whatever. And then randomly during the summer, we just decided to be roommates. And I'm like, we're so happy about this. Like, girl, we're going to be the best of roommates. And now we're not friends anymore. It's just because our living patterns don't match. I highly suggest, like, when people tell you don't room with your friends, they mean it. Unless, I don't know, some people can do it. However, I feel like you really understand how a person moves when you live with them. There's literally no bad blood. I wish them the best. However, I just feel like it's good to know when you need to address, okay, we're not on the same pattern of life right now.
Yeah.
You know, the way that I move and the way that you move are two different frequencies, and it just doesn't work. So I think that, I don't know, sometimes you're with a friend and it just naturally drifts. Me personally, that's how I work. However, this specific friend in mine, they're not the type of person to just, you know, let it just fade. They wanted to address it and talk about it over lunch and address, you know, why haven't we been talking? And that was really new for me because I've never done anything like that. Yeah, because it's like, you've ever stopped talking to somebody and they just stop talking to you? Like, if you're not the first one to reach out, they're not going to reach out to you.
Yeah.
And that's how relationships just have been for me. But this specific person was like, hey, why haven't we been talking? And it was so new. I was like, dang, like, they're really clocking my tea right now.
Like, how did it make you feel? Like, were you nervous? Or?
I was nervous, but when we just sat down and talked about it, I felt so free after, because we both discussed why we were moving towards a different direction.
Yeah, very healthy.
It was very healthy. I've never experienced anything like that, and it was such a beautiful experience. It's just like if you meet a stranger somewhere, and you have a really good interaction, but you don't have their social media or anything. It's like, dang, I remember that person, but you know, we're not close. We don't have any contact. It's kind of that's how it was for me with that friend. All I can think of is the good memories. The good memories, and they really helped me move towards a different direction and how I go about my friendships now, because I just feel like it's healthier to end on a good note.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah,
I'm the opposite. I like to address things. I like
Ooh.
to know why, like why you're acting this way, what's going on. And I was in a similar situation as you. My roommate, my freshman year, we didn't know each other, obviously, came in. Turned out she's from the same city as me, you know?
Oh, cool.
Everything was good, you know? We got along for the most part. But like you said, living with a person and seeing how they are, and it's just like kind of clashing, you know, wasn't really comfortable. And I addressed it. And I was just like, you know, I don't know if I can do this anymore. It was kind of toxic. It didn't really end well. Like, it wasn't like no fighting or anything. It's just we stopped talking, and it was awkward because we were living in the same space. But I reached out to her last summer, and I apologized because I had time to think, and I was just like, I truly feel like I was being very immature about the situation. We both were. And I reached out first, and I was just like, you know, I really apologize for making you feel uncomfortable. The way that I acted was very immature.
That's so mature of you, actually, though.
Thank you. Yeah, I really felt like I had to. And she was just like, you know, I appreciate you for reaching out. You know, I love you. God loves you. And she reached out to me about 3 weeks ago. She was like, would you like to have coffee and chat? I was very nervous because I hadn't seen her or talked to her in a while. We had coffee. We were just catching up. It was really nice because I was like, damn, like I actually missed her. Wow. Like she was a good friend. She really was. She felt like an older sister.
So do you think you guys could rekindle, or are you good where it's at?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. I think about it all the time. We met up twice. Coffee, and then we had lunch.
Okay.
I personally would love to rekindle the friendship. I don't know about her.
That's another thing. Okay. Well, what's your advice for someone who has social anxiety but wants to make new friends?
Okay. So as somebody with social anxiety myself, which I don't like to say out loud, I feel like it's like, you know.
Oh, that's a good thing. Like
words speak power,
words
right?
have power. So
Yeah.
if you're saying it, it's like you feel it.
Exactly.
I love that, actually. Yeah. I've been trying to stop doing things like that too.
So let me not say that.
Okay.
Somebody that's shy, that doesn't have a lot of friends, I think going certain places, certain events, putting yourself out there, even if you feel uncomfortable, I think that's very important. Because if you're so busy, like staying to yourself, or, you know, I really don't want to go here, I don't want to do this, you're never going to make friends. Right. Sometimes you have to put yourself in uncomfortable situations to have new experiences and meet new people.
Okay. So for me personally, I think the biggest takeaway from this question is to honestly just be yourself. I've just noticed, I'll give you like a little example. I was playing some music in my room, and my roommate has someone over, and I'm like, ooh, should I turn the song? Like, this is too geeky, you know, like let me turn this off. But the guy was actually like, oh, what you know about this? Like, I love this song. I was like, really? Okay. I was like, okay, well. So I feel like just be yourself, and you would literally attract who is for you. Yeah. Because so real. I don't feel like you should bend yourself to try to fit in with a norm. Just literally be yourself, because there's been so many times where I've been like, oh, I like this, and somebody would be like, oh, I like that too. I just didn't want to say nothing. Like, I didn't want to seem weird, or, you know, it's just like when you be yourself, you'll attract the people who have the same likes as you. Exactly. Like, it's just so easy. That's something that I'm starting to learn, and yeah, I just feel like that's super important, especially in these times. Yeah, exactly. So moving on from that, we're going to talk about college girl struggles, mental health, career anxiety, and handling expectations. So how do you deal with academic pressure and imposter syndrome?
Okay. If I'm being honest, I don't think there's a certain way that I deal with it. Okay. I think I just do what I have to do, and I just go through it. There's really nothing that I do. Okay.
So for me, with academic pressure, I just tell myself that you know how people be like, okay, C's get degrees.
Yeah.
But me, I actually like would love to try. I feel like we pay tuition, so we might as well take advantage of what we're paying for.
Yeah.
But I don't put too much emphasis on grades because that's what college tries to do to you. It's like you are a representation of your grades. If your grades are bad, okay, that means you're not knowledgeable enough. But for me, that never made sense because everyone doesn't get it in that time.
Exactly.
That's what school is about, basically memory. So I just tell myself that, you know, if I am able to apply what I learned, then I'm an A student. Because when it comes to jobs and internships and everything, I used to get imposter syndrome during freshman year. Like, the biggest companies in business is like Goldman Sachs and PwC. I'm like, oh my gosh, how are people getting internships with these amazing companies?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, oh, what am I doing wrong? Yeah. Should I stick my resume? Should I do something? Should I join this? Should I join that?
Yeah.
But it's like now they're not, even for jobs, it's looking for experience rather than grades. I remember a lady coming in and she was speaking to us. She was a CEO and she was like, I just want to let y'all know when y'all apply here, take your GPA off. We don't want to see that. We want to see your experience.
Really?
Yes.
I've never heard that.
I was shook. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Let me just delete. I deleted it so fast. And she was just like, I want to see your leadership experience. I want to see what you're interested in. And I want to see if you can actually do the jobs that we have here. And I'm like, that's so interesting because I've never heard of something like that. It's always been, you know, academics over things like that.
Are you an honor student?
Exactly.
You know, all that.
And me personally, I have really good grades, but I still don't want to be represented by that. I want to be represented by what I can and cannot do.
Exactly.
So I feel like her saying that kind of just switched my mind, and I was like, okay, I should just focus on what I can and cannot do and not get imposter syndrome and feel like I have to do so many things in order to get this internship.
Yeah.
Instead of looking at what can this job do for me, I start to look at it as like, what can I do for this job? What more can I bring to this company? Like, where can I put my Ramiyah stamp on it? You know?
Yeah.
So I feel like that's the way that I go about things now.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's really changed. So
I like that.
Second question, what's your advice for a first generation college student navigating academic and financial struggles? This is a good question because we're both first generation college students.
And we're both still living it.
Literally, yeah.
So I don't know. Like I struggle myself personally. It's really hard.
That's real.
I don't know. What would you say?
Me personally, I feel like being tapped in is a way that you can navigate. So when I came in, I didn't know anything about, actually, let's just say, okay, transcripts. Like, okay, if a class was worth 3 or 4 credits, I'm like, okay, what is these numbers for? I didn't know that one weighed more than another.
Really?
I was shook. I'm like, okay, so if I get a bad grade in a 4-credit class, it really F's me over. I did not know that.
I didn't either, actually. I
See?
didn't. Yeah.
So it's literally, you have to just experience it. But there should be places on campus where you can learn more. Never use the excuse that you're a first generation college student. You go out there and search for resources. If you try so hard to get into a place, don't be complacent and just feel like things should be handed to you. You still have to work for what you want. So me joining different clubs, I'm still learning about what's going on in our college. Like, I'm like, dang, this happens, and finances and anything like that. Simply just reading the emails that Howard sends out, I've learned so much. Because a lot of students don't read those emails. Yeah. And I'm like, dang, they really tell us all of this information. Yeah. So that's one way I would say. I would just say make a lot of friends. Prioritize what's important to you at the university. Utilize everything that's free to you. You know, and just ask around. Like, don't be shy to ask. Literally, don't be ashamed to look dumb. It saves you.
Yeah.
It saves you in the long end from looking dumb as a grown woman when expectations are put on you.
Yeah.
You know. So that's just my advice.
Mm.
What about you?
I hear a lot when you get to college, make a lot of friends, connect, network. You hear a lot. Join clubs and talk to a lot of people. But what about people that don't like doing that? That it makes them uncomfortable. Like for me, for example, I don't like going out and talking to a bunch of people and joining club. Like I haven't been in a club. I'm in my second year. So I don't know.
So maybe just join those clubs, group me's. They literally put out so much information, or going on the actual website. There's so many things hidden on the website that people don't know because we don't really explore the website.
Yeah.
We feel like, okay, let me go and ask this teacher about this instead of going to the website. Because me personally, I don't really go to the website. It's so confusing.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you're someone who isn't up to, making a lot of friends or doing a lot of things on campus, I would just say read the fine print or just observe.
Okay.
Just observe, I say. Yeah. My next question is,
Mm-hmm.
how do you define success for yourself beyond a degree and a career title?
That's a good question. I like that. I think it's based on what you deem as successful.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of us compare our journeys to others.
That's right.
I feel like we all do, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a natural thing to do. My big thing is just focusing on myself, not looking at other people and what they're doing and what they're achieving, because a simple thing, a little thing is like, I don't know, getting a good grade on an exam. That's successful, you know. Okay. So I think if you're just focused on your journey, anything that you do or that you deem as successful can be successful, you know.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be big or anything.
Okay. I like that. And I agree with that as well. Me going back to that one question, I feel like rather than academics, if I'm able to learn something and apply it to my everyday life, if it's something as simple as my mom asking, what does this mean? And I'm able to tell her what it means, that's a victory for me, because it's like I've learned it and I'm able to apply it. I'm able to share that knowledge with someone else.
Yeah.
It's literally the little victories.
Exactly.
Me personally, right now, I'm struggling in Korean very bad.
I saw your story.
Yeah, and Duolingo is not helping me, but I feel like one of the things is just because the class is so fast paced.
Yeah, I bet.
So me studying on my own, I'm like, okay, I know exactly what this consonant means. Okay, I'm like, yes, victory. But when I get on that test, it's like, okay, well, now we're learning sentences and not consonants. Like, it's like I'm behind, but my victory is, okay, I know this.
Yeah.
I'm not learning at the same pace, but I'm learning.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's just a victory for me on my end. And I don't feel like everything has to be academic, beyond a degree and a career title. If I like what I'm doing, then that's success to me.
Exactly. Yeah. I just want to touch on that. I really like that mindset. Like, just you knowing the little things of the language that's successful. I think you having that energy is going to get you far. Yeah. So you really shouldn't worry at all. I feel like.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to study abroad. I'm like, okay, if it's just me and Duolingo like this, I might be able to talk to some people. So speaking of success, we're going to move on to healing and self-love. Okay. So therapy, journaling, and self-care that actually works. So for my first question, what does self-love mean to you, and how has your definition changed over time? When I first started hearing self-love, I was younger. like during my adolescence. Like I was like, okay, I love myself. That's good enough.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty. I look nice. I love it. You know.
Yeah.
I love myself. I'm like sure every black girl has gone through this time during middle school where it's like your mom tells you girls are gonna hate. Just know that you know you're beautiful, and you know I felt that's what I thought that self love was. You know, just as long as you knew you were the stuff during that time,
like more like physical.
Exactly. Yeah. So now that I've grown older, it's like it starts on the inside. Self love definitely starts on the inside. It's not about, you know, what other people think about you. It's how can you internalize these things and just block them out to understand that your true definition of self love is all that you need.
Yeah.
It starts from like your eating habits. I knew that I loved myself when I started wanting better for my temple. When I started to get into herbalism, when I started reading my Bible, like to me, that's self-love. Like I'm indulging in the things that make me happy, and that just kind of proved to myself that, you know, I'm healthy. Yeah. Health to me is self-love, mentally, physically, emotionally. You can just tell a lot about a person from their mental and their physical state. Like you ever went in someone's room and like you can tell how they're feeling. Yeah. So I've been working constantly, and it's definitely not me to have my room dirty. Like I literally keep everything so top notch. But I've been walking in lately, stuff all over my bed, things on the ground, jewelry on the ground. I'm like, okay, girl. So this is what they meant. This is what they meant by that, because I don't have enough time. Like my mind is everywhere. It's a reflection of that room is a reflection of me and my mental state. So I don't know. I can just tell that. I can just tell when people are prioritizing self-love and when they're not prioritizing self-love, or they're just having those moments where they can't prioritize it.
I think self-love is wanting to do better for yourself and wanting to be better as a person. Right. We all indulge in certain things that we may not like or may be really unhealthy for us. So just like you said, taking little steps can be as simple as like drinking water, like 5 bottles a day, or eating healthy.
I'm struggling with that.
Me too. Okay, because I've been wanting. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just me. I'm just not thirsty, so I don't drink.
Okay, because I can go a whole day without drinking water. Okay, but me with tea, we're like this.
Right.
But I read somewhere that tea actually dehydrates you if you drink too much.
Are you serious?
I'm so serious.
I did not know
It broke my heart, because I'm like,
all I drink is tea.
Exactly. I literally can't go without drinking tea, but water, I can't. You know? And it's like every day, well, ever since my mom bought me a Stanley, I think I've been drinking more water.
It's like, oh, a nice cup. Like,
it's like, more. You know, it's not just for show, but that's a goal that I've been trying to get down. I want to get to at least,
what, like 8 bottles a day?
No, like not even a gallon, but like almost a gallon a day. Yeah. Because I feel like it's all rooted in problems like with acne and back problems. It's always water. Like it's because you're not drinking enough water. So
that's a big one. Yeah. But then it's like, I try. I'll be like, you need to drink more water. But who has money to keep buying like all these cases of water?
Oh no, like, I literally buy gallons. The gallons at Whole Foods be like,
how much?
78 cents.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I just buy gallons.
That's it?
Yeah.
Just 78 cents?
Yeah.
Well, I gotta go there. I didn't know that.
Because I just buy spring water. So.
Oh, I don't drink spring water.
What you drink?
Purified. Spring, it has a taste to it. I just can't with it. I don't know how you do it.
You must be drinking. You might as well just drink toilet water, because that's what purified water. Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Purified water?
Yes.
But it's purified.
It's just like reverse osmosis. Like it's just not. It's like the worst water. Every time I drink purified, I feel sick to my stomach.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I don't. What kind of spring water do you drink?
I don't drink spring water.
Oh, well, I'm gonna put you on, because it doesn't taste. I love spring.
I can't. What you drink? Deer Park? Shit's nasty.
If I'm on a budget, I drink Deer Park. But it's this one called Mountain Valley. It comes in a green glass. I try to drink my water out of glass. Yeah.
I heard that's more healthier.
It is. And me personally, it's the best water. But yeah, like I just spring water, number one, purified water.
Well, now that you let me know, I'm going to try.
Yeah.
If it's healthier, then yeah, I'm going to try.
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
So, why do you think healing is such a buzzword right now? Is it truly understood or just a trend?
Ooh, I love this question.
Okay.
If I'm being honest, I really think it's a trend.
Ooh.
I don't think.
No, that's real.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen it a lot on TikTok Reels. Not TikTok Reels. Instagram Reels. TikTok. People like waking up early, working out, journaling. And it's like, if you're filming it all the time, how authentic can it be? Like, how do we know as like the viewers if it's really authentic?
Okay, as an aspiring influencer, it kind of gives me the ick when influencers like, oh, come in a day in the life with me, and you're with them as they wake up. Like, girl, you know you woke up, set that camera, went back in your bed, pretended like you was asleep.
Exactly.
Like, girl, you know you didn't do all that.
Or even like when they wake up and they're like, they got the mouth patches.
Oh my god, the mouth tape.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
That
Do you remember that
me.
one guy from TikTok? He was like filming in Target, and it would be all his Target runs, and he would set the camera up literally everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Talking about.
Oh my gosh.
That's so embarrassing.
It's not authentic. So it's just like I don't know. I definitely feel like it has become a trend, and it's been used as a scapegoat for like consumerism.
Yeah.
Because even with skincare, it's like, okay guys, this is what I use, and then at the bottom you look at the comments, it's like, this video is sponsored, and then I'm like, oh,
because I really be tuning in because I'm like, damn,
do.
Okay, does it really work? And it's like, it's sponsored, so they're just like trying to talk it up
exactly
to get that sponsorship. So how do you know if it's real?
Exactly. That's why if I was, when I become a good influencer, I would definitely only take sponsorships that I actually like.
Yeah.
Like if I actually use this product, I have no, like, if y'all gonna see me use that product in the past too, because I really want to be authentic when it comes to things like that.
I like that.
It's definitely, even during quarantine, I specifically remember this lady. She had the most cleanest house. She was like getting married, and every day she would be like, oh, day 2, and she'd make her coffee.
On TikTok?
Yeah.
Really?
And she was like wash up. You would be in the shower with her and everything. And it was just so nice at the time. Like, dang, I want to live like this. But it's like, do I actually want to live like this?
Right.
Yeah, because it's just like, if I think about it, is this self-care, or is this just you trying to sell me something? Because I don't drink coffee. I didn't use none of the products that she used. It was like, to me, that wasn't self-care. My version of self-care is different. So I feel like during these times, it's like everyone's trying to fit self-care into a box.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because I feel like some people, self-care and things like of that nature and healing is like smoking a joint.
Yeah.
But it's not something that's going to be put out on TikTok. Like, everyone has their own way of doing things.
And I think it's okay to watch it and feel inspired, but don't be like, I have to take that and apply it to myself, and it has to work. If it doesn't work, then it's like, damn, like, I don't love myself.
Right.
Just do what works for you.
I love that. So why do you think, have you ever looked back at an old journal entry and realized how much you've grown?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I rarely journal, but I did find an entry a really long time ago. I was just like, damn, like, you were going through a lot. Like, you hated yourself. Like, I don't know. It was like really crazy. And I have grown a lot from it. And there's times where even my best friend would be like, Sanai, you really, because I think, we're doing a lot, we go through a lot, we don't really realize how far we've come.
Right.
So having her tell me like you've really grown like over the past like 10 years, it feels good. And I really like self-reflect, and I'm like, I really have come a long way, just like how I treat myself or how I let others treat me. The things that I say,
right,
you know, that plays a big part on everything.
And I love that there's people in your life to be like, okay, you've grown. That's the biggest accomplishment for me, because I would like to, you know, have someone say, oh, I remember when this was you and now look at you. You know, it's such a big accomplishment.
It is.
I used to have those journals, you know, when you like open it up and set a password.
Yes.
Like you have to, I had like the Zendaya Shake It Up one. And
like on your phone?
No, it was like it was kind of like a toy type. And it's like you press the button, it's like you say your password and it only opens to your voice.
When was this?
This is like when I was 14, 15.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I had like 2 of these journals. I was cleaning up my room during break, and I found it, and I was like, let me just see what past me was talking about. And I was like, ooh, she needs to go to therapy. Yeah. Like, what? I was like, okay. Yeah. I love the fact that I was so unfiltered in my diaries. I'd just be like, okay, this is this, and I ain't like that. And, you know, I would just expound on it. But nowadays, when I journal, it's more, I don't know. When I journal, it's like I'm about to go off on you, but I'm a journal about it. Like, it's like I don't go to other people about because I'm trying to stop gossiping. Me too. So instead of being like, girl, da da da, I'll journal it. I'll be
really
like,
healthy.
Why would she do this? Da da da. And I kind of want to just be more. What's the word?
What? Aware?
No, I need to stop procrastinating journaling, because I'll be like, I want to journal. Actually, you know what? I love and hate about journaling.
What?
It's such a good way to get out your thoughts, but I hate writing, because I'll write and my hand is not moving as fast as my thoughts are. Yeah. So it's like my hand starts cramping because I have so many things to say. Yeah. So I always tell people, if they want to get their thoughts out, either journal or record a video of you talking.
Okay, yeah. See, I would do that. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people think this. Journaling, to me, is really cringy. Okay. I don't know. Is it like that for you?
No, I love journaling.
Really?
Yeah.
I can, like, set my laptop up and talk to it, but journaling, I don't know.
And when I journal, it used to be like, hey, dear diary, but now I just jump into it. Like, it's like I'm not writing for anyone. And at that time I used to be like, when I first started my new journal, I'm like, what should the first page be? I was literally wrecking my brain trying to figure out what should I write on the first page. But then over time, I remembered, this is my book and no one should ever have access or be able to read this.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, exactly.
I think when I was doing it, it was like, what if somebody finds it? Like, how would I want this to sound if somebody finds it? Yeah.
I thought about that too, but I don't know. Okay, so there's this new trend on TikTok that's like, mind you, this is my first impression of you. Every time like they do something. So I'm like, okay, they're just going to think that, you know, this is their first impression, and what about it? It's just me, unfiltered. Yeah. It's just me, unfiltered. So I just, you know, I'm just going to burn my journal after I'm done with it. Y'all not going to find anything. Y'all not going to know about anything. Period. Everything I wrote in that journal is going to be burnt to the ground. And even, this is so bad, but when my friends used to come to me and be like, telling me their problems, I'll be like, you know, just sit down and record yourself and all the things that you're saying, and then play it back just so you can understand how meaningless this is. Because sometimes when you record yourself, you're like, I'm doing all this talking for what? This is not even a big problem. Yeah. So that's why I love video diaries. That's actually why I started a YouTube channel, because I was just like, okay, I want to be that girl that you can just grow with. I want you to just be there from the beginning to the end, everything I go through. Your journey. Exactly. Yeah. Unfiltered. I don't really want no pritsy type YouTube channel. Oh, go shopping with me. Like I just, you know,
something that's real.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
Which I feel like is not prevalent in the YouTube.
Okay. Yeah. I understand that. So, those are all the questions I have today. Do you have anything else you want to reflect on before we end this?
I don't think we've talked about relationships.
Oh.
We talked about friendships.
Okay.
And self-journey.
Okay.
Let's talk about relationships. So,
what do you want to know?
How are your relationships being in college? Like, how is it?
Ooh, relationships in college are messy.
They are.
Because you think high school is messy. Wait till you get to college, okay? Because these are the people you're going to be with for 4 years. And in high school, you can be like, okay, I'm done. Let me go home.
Yeah.
No, your home is on campus.
Exactly.
So it's very messy. Everybody know, especially with Fizz.
See? Right. And don't think like you can get away with shit. No. Okay. Everybody knows everything.
Everybody. Okay.
Yeah.
It was this girl at homecoming that peed on somebody, and I promise you, that's the only thing she's known for
peeing on somebody.
Yeah. That's during homecoming. I think she was drunk.
Oh, that's sad.
But yeah, everything is on social media. Everybody knows everybody. It's bad for, oh, sorry, let me stop touching this. And it's even worse for men at Howard because the ratio is like, it's like, what is it, 70 to 30?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 60-40, I think.
Yeah. So it's not a big population of men. And the men on Howard's campus, you're not going to find an HBCU love story.
No. You're not.
To those who's trying to come to Howard for that, you're not going to find it. And if you do, big ups to you, okay? Because, you know, that's not something that you can usually find. Not trying to air my business, but I actually came to Howard in a relationship.
You did?
I met someone. Yeah, I met someone.
Did he go to Howard?
No. We literally live like
long distance,
10 minutes away from each other in our city. And we came to Howard together.
He goes to Howard now.
Yes. Wow. Yeah. And I was just like, you know, y'all don't worry about anything. Like, we're not going to break up. Da, da, da. And it's just like, cheating is not the only thing that can break up a couple. It's literally growth. Sometimes people grow and the other person is not willing to grow with them. You're in a whole new environment, so it kind of just gets stressful, and it's okay to kind of find yourself and just like friendships, to say, okay, this is not something that's serving me right now. So it was a very long healing process, because it wasn't toxic. It was actually very, very healthy.
Really?
So yeah, I have nothing bad to say.
That's
actually
good.
One of the most coolest people I know.
A lot of people think like, oh, you know, I got out of a relationship. Oh, how toxic was it? Like, like you said, it doesn't.
Oh, that's such a weird question. Actually,
it is. I really hate it. It's weird as hell.
Yeah, I do feel like this culture in relationships is making it seem to where you have to hate your ex. I always see TikTok videos be like, me when I look at his page and he's still a bum, and then it's like they're happy, and it's like, dang. It's like, goodness gracious, like, just be happy for, you know, others. And I'm so happy that I know how to choose the people who I deal with, because I don't have any bad experiences. Yeah,
that's good though. Me, it's like range. No, if I'm being honest, it's all the same. Okay. With the relationships, I think it's a reflection of me though. 'Cause obviously, I know that I have a lot to work on for myself. It's always the same. It's not really toxic. It's just like, it's me like rushing things or setting unnecessary expectations because I want it to be this way and it has to look this way so that it can last, and it just doesn't work at all.
I like that. But it's a reflection of your mental at the time.
Yeah. Okay. So that's why, you know, when people be like, I gotta work myself, people think it's cliche or like, oh, like everybody says that, but that's a real thing, and it's very important. And a lot of people, I think, need self-isolation and they need to work on themselves.
Oh, that's
people, because
yes.
it's like they feel the need to be in a relationship because everybody else is in a relationship, but they're like horrible, terrible people. It's like you really need to work on yourself. You don't feel the need to rush into a relationship. It's really not that important. And then being a college student, you really need to focus on your academics.
No, seriously,
it's a hard balance.
No, seriously, it's something so scary to me about people who can't be alone. This might be so unpopular, but if you have to be in someone's face 24/7, it's concerning. If it's not from one friend to another or one relationship to another, is actually concerning.
It is, yeah.
I feel like everyone should be able to take time to themselves, like be in their own presence. I don't know what I would do if I was in the presence of everyone every day. My life would be miserable.
Right? Like, wouldn't you feel drained? Yeah. Like, I don't know how people do it, to be honest.
And that's something that I had to learn, especially in my relationship right now. We literally do everything together. And it's like, okay, I need to take a step back because it's like we're morphing into one lifestyle, and it's just like, I have to be separate from you and you have to be separate from me. Yeah. So we have to, kind of just do our own things. But I think it's all about the person, because in the relationship that I'm in now, it's completely different. It's very healthy, very fun. And I don't know. I just don't think I don't think the honeymoon phase would just end. Like, it's so fun. It's like my best friend, literally.
That's good.
So I feel like I love that trope, actually, friends to lovers.
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah,
it's foundational.
It is. It is. So it's just super cool. So maybe you will find your Howard love story. Who knows?
Yeah. Oh God. That's so embarrassing. Ew. Hold on, guys. Stop.
We're not cutting this, by the way. Laugh. No, I love that.
Ew. I get so excited. Like, calm down.
Like, no, every time I trip up on my words, I'm like, Ramiyah, take your meds. Because why are you tripping? Ew, oh my gosh. No. But
if that's what you want, then pray on it. Like, I don't know.
Oh, I'm laughing because this is so me. I always stumble on my words. I actually been stuttering for so much lately.
Yeah, I stutter bad.
This is exactly why we're doing this podcast, because I want to be a good public speaker. So I know I'm going to rewatch this episode and I'm going to be like, dang, look how many times I've said like and or
No,
like
but I peeped in my head. I've been saying like way too many times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We actually might do a challenge.
Okay.
No, like when we're
with
talking
the buzzer, like you say, like, right?
Okay, no, I like that. I like that. If you say like or
yeah,
I like that. So yeah, guys, that was Girls Talk with
Sanai
and Ramiyah. Thank you so much for watching, and please tune in to next episode.
Bye.